Hello, how's it going? This is Honkai Star Railer, and I just did my Epoch Shadow. I'm very happy. Because I was able to clear it. It wasn't as hard, but Node 2 was a little bit challenging for me. So I just wanna make this video just so that you see what I did, or my actual team, my build and all that. So unfortunately I couldn't record it, but you know, I'll give you all the information I have and what I used. So first of all, as you can see, I just barely cleared it. I will claim the fruit, the results of my endeavor. Okay, so first node. Okay, since I got Phainon, I'm gonna use Phainon. I used Phainon. Okay, he works exceptionally well here. And if you do not have Phainon, the Herta and Castorice can be used as well. I did use both of them, you know, but I said, you know what, since using the Herta or Castorice needs me to use Remembrance MC, or at least benefits a little bit too much from Remembrance MC, which I didn't want to use. In the end, you'll see why. I said, you know what, I have Phainon. He works with a lot of supports that I'm not using in another team. Bronya and Ting Young are supports that really nobody uses anymore. I mean, in meta teams, it's not like, I mean, there's a case for Archer. Now Archer is the newest big PP damage unit, but you know, still. So before I tried this team with Robin, I tried this team with Remembrance MC, but this is what I ultimately used. The main core, I think, if you want to swap somebody, I guess it would be Ting Young. You know, maybe get another support. Even though she for this fight, I mean, this is at least what I experienced. For example, swap Ting Young for Remembrance MC. I feel like the even though Robin, you know, doesn't feel like she's the best fit for Phainon, the fact that she can advance forward everybody, kind of like, you know, her brother, and being her brother the best, Sunday being the best support for Phainon, you know, kind of makes it work, you know, the advance and all that. If I had Remembrance NC, I would have totally used it, and I would have used him instead of Ting Young. Okay, so that's why Ting Young gives a lot of stacks to Phainon, but I feel that if you have Remembrance MC, it would be so much better. Okay, the damage boost, it's insanely good, but overall, I was surprised to see that Phainon really works pretty well. Must be for the boon that you get on the first wave, on the first node. Anyway, so this is my Phainon. I got the free-to-play light cone. I have a respectable relic set, Waste Rider Captain, and I have a Rutilant Arena instead of his best in slot because of, you know, because of rolls and all that. I have insanely good crit rate. Crit damage could be a little bit more, but really I'm not complaining. And I find out that I really like him with speed, especially because I mostly use Remembrance MC and I use Bronya, so you need a little bit of speed tuning, and a slow Bronya really doesn't work, to be honest. For me, it doesn't work, and a slow Phainon also, because if you have a slow Phainon, you have a slow Bronya, and you actually want to take actions with Phainon. Okay, you actually wanna be faster, you know. 134 would be the ideal, as everybody says. You know, 134 is the threshold for getting 2 actions, I think, in MOC. But you know, it's what I had, it's what I got. So As for Robin, I haven't changed this build ever since, you know, 1955, I guess. It's the same two-piece slot, anything that has attack. This is the event 4-star best in slot light cone for Robin. As you can see, 4,000 attack. Everybody should be able to achieve this, but you basically just want attack if you don't know how Robin works. I think that she has a rerun right now. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. No. I was totally wrong. We got Tribbie, Sunday, and Sparkle. Okay, let me go back. That was a big mistake. So, as you can see, so Ting Yung is perhaps the weakest link. I think I have a really unremarkable light cone, just because really I didn't know what to use. I mean, I do have better options, you know, but I was using dance on the second node, and really I did not what else to use, because this light cone was used on, of course, on Bronya. I don't have her 5-star light cone. It would be interesting to have. On a side note, I would really like to have any one Bronya, but I don't. But anyway, so as you can see, my Ting Yung's light cone is deplorable. It's an S1, level 50, memories of the past. I mean, there's no excuse. Traces are not fully explored, to say, you know, because of, you know, you don't really need this. This adds to attack. This one, yeah, I could have, you know, maxed out, you know, but I did not. and then this, yeah, I had the decency of maxing out this trace. As for relics, yeah, I guess it was just whatever I had. Like, look at this: 12, 6, 10, 13, and, you know, Fleet of the Angels, which gives me speed, and Messenger traversing hackerspace, which gives me more speed. Since I do not have a dance, the 4-piece is what was greatly appreciated, you know. But really, Ting Yung was just there for the ultimate and the skill. I used to have a faster Ting Yung, and what you ideally want with Ting Yung is just a lot of speed, you know, more actions. Even with the newly added Wonder Boy Emiyashiro, aka Archer, if you want to use Ting Yung, you want to use her with a lot of speed, 160, 170 speed, just so that you can get a lot of basic attacks. So don't sleep on Ting Yung. But, you know, this particular artifact set, the Messenger traversing hackerspace of mine, it's not really, you know, good. Okay, so oh, look at this. I was using Bronya without I'm using a rainbow, and I do not have a full set of rope and sphere. That's insane. I don't even know what was I going for. I don't know. So as for the two-piece, it's just getting crit damage. I just wanted to get a crit damage, and I wanted to get a little bit more of speed, so that I could be not, you know, retardedly slow, but with less speed than Phainon. One thing to note is, even though you speed tune Bronya, based on advancing actions and all that, you are not going to get a Bronya attacking after Phainon all the time. You gotta remember this. This is happening, and to me, I found out there is no real way to fully RNG and make it happen all the time. If you do not know also, with Bronya, you do not want to basic attack, because if you basic attack, after using her basic attack, Bronya's next action will be advancing forward by 19%. So ideally, you might want to use this in order to manipulate your turn. because you see that if you attack with Bronya, Bronya will get advanced, you know. You gotta play with this. So that's one of the reasons why I never I mean, I heard about it. I was raising this talent up, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop. But the 112 speed is totally unintentional. I just didn't want her to land on 99 because I think it's the speed that she gets without any speed substats. So, and as you can see, it's just a rainbow set of artifact. Actually this one also might have been totally accidental, you know. I don't know if I wanted to go for the speed plus, to be honest. Plus 6% more speed is not that much anyway. But I just want to crit damage. As you can see, I got 173 because I'm missing one piece. It is insane. So I mean, without and if I didn't have if I didn't want to use Robin, I would have used, to be honest, I would have used Remembrance MC. So you can see that this Phainon is a real free-to-play Phainon. One thing I would have loved to use Remembrance MC, but I needed to use my main character for the second node. So this is my Phainon. As you can see, it's a pretty relatable Phainon. I'm using 4-star, and the only 5-star that I think it's mandatory is Bronya. To be honest, Bronya, if you do not have Bronya, I don't know, man. As for 5-star, you know, as for 5-star, I guess it's the only thing I'd say. You know what, if you do not have Bronya, you're not up for a good time. You're not for a good time, because Phainon do needs you know, some action advances, some you know, some turns. He needs more turns than you might think. So yeah, but aside from that, I think it's a pretty free to play, attainable, achievable state. Then let's see. Now this was interesting because I was streaming yesterday, and I was going crazy, man. I was going crazy. The best attempt I had was using a Phainon, Adventuring, Mose, and Robin, okay, and Phainon on my first node. So in this one, I said, you know what? I do not know. I knew that for the second boss, for this guy, the best way to deal with this guy is by far either Rappa or Firefly, because otherwise, I mean, I'm talking about conventionally speaking, you know. Otherwise, if you have a good archer, you can do it. You know, it's not like it's unbeatable with anybody else. But I feel like fire and perhaps physical are the best, and if you can implant those, are the best way to kind of cheese this boss. Because with this boss, you want to break both hands, or at least one, so that the core gets a weakness, and then you can play on that. But you ideally, if you implant the weakness, for example, you bypass that mechanic, so you don't need to break an arm, so you're not wasting a turn breaking an arm so that you can go to town on the core and all that. If you implant the weakness, naturally you start the battle with the implanted weakness, and you can start shredding the bar just turn one. So I knew that the only character that I have that could do that is obviously Firefly, okay? So but Firefly, my Firefly, needs to be played with Harmony MC, and I was so reluctant not using Harmony MC or MC in general, because I wanted to use him on the first node with either Castorice, Herta, Phainon. I was so against that idea that, you know what, I always said, you know what, no, I'm not gonna do this, I'm gonna use somebody else. And I tried Phainon. The problem with Phainon is that I was having a good time, you know, up until something happened, and I just wasn't able to to break the first arm, break the second arm, the core in a reasonable amount of time. So they kept on regenerating. That was up until I said, you know what, I'm gonna use a Firefly. I know she will work, and work she did. So I will explain. The only thing that made it a little bit worse to me was the, actually I'm gonna tackle it right now, is the energy regen on this guy. I won't be able to show this, but basically on the run relied on him getting the ult so that he can buff the super break before Firefly acts, and by that he needed to get attack at least once. Okay, that's the only thing I needed to do. He needed to get attack once so that he could pop the ult, and otherwise you lose a lot of DPS. Okay, so my Gallagher also hasn't been touched in a long time. These are my traces. Could be a little bit more on the HP healing side. This, to be totally honest with you, deals fire damage equal to 105% of Gallagher's attack. I didn't really care about it. I don't know why, but you know, 5 out of 12. This would be interesting to raise, you know. 12% more break damage, so it's not bad. It covers a little bit more HP, but you know, I'm a lazy person, and I never had a problem with Gallagher, so I never let's do this. I never said, you know what, he needs some love. You know, and that's what it is. So Firefly, well, Firefly, you know, you don't really need this. I mean, defect resist is good, you know, but you know, at that time also I didn't really basic attack. God forbid you go basic attack with Firefly. Anyway, so thing is, I had to use this light cone. Otherwise, I would always use what Phainon has, you know, the free-to-play. But you know, since Phainon had to use that light cone, or at least one of the two would have to use something irreplaceable. Which I know it's an S2 light cone. In the end, you know what? It's not a bad alternative. You know, it's not a bad alternative. But I wanted Phainon to have the free 5-star light cone. As for relics, of course you're gonna use the Iron Cavalry. I got up to 200% break effect. Speed is insane. My Firefly. This is not a Firefly with speed boost. This is actually Firefly with attack. I mean, by substats alone, I reach 145. And I know that that you want a certain number that I forgot, but since now I have Ruan May, and Ruan May does give me more speed, increased speed by 9.8%. I said, you know what, I think it would be enough. By naturally reaching 145 and the speed from Ruan May, I think I do not remember if I reached that threshold, but I think I did pretty alright. Okay, so her Lycon really makes her amazingly good, you know. To me, the only problem Firefly has is that she really works well with Fugue right now, and Harmony MC. If they made Harmony and Remembrance MC playable at the same time, wouldn't be a problem. But you know, up until that time, I just like Remembrance MC way more. Remembrance MC is the best character ever made, to be honest. No cap. It's I love him. I love him. I love him. So using Harmony MC just for Firefly, and since you know she dropped a little bit, even though now I have Ruan May, I didn't used to have Ruan May for a long time. You know, now she is a little bit better, but you know, still it's hard to it's hard not to use Remembrance MC. That's what I'm saying. So 3,300 attack. Her Lycon would be tremendously better, but you know, it is what it is. Decent break effects you cannot see here. Decent break effects rolls, but you know. Now this is a standard trying to max him out. I mean, this, I don't know why I'm using this, to be honest. Look at this. Anyway, at least I reached the set for one whack. So energy recharge. She wants energy recharge. She wants to be fast, and she wants to have break damage. So that's what I was going for. I reached 181. Win 138 speed, and then Harmony MC, of course, the same, but with the full piece set, which is one of the only people that can fully use this. Maybe he's the only one that can actually use this full piece set. So, and I try to go. This is 211%, which is not bad. And then run May with the dance at S3. This is my only dance dance. I got 4 copies basically up until, you know, I've been playing for forever, ever since day one, and it's this is I have a lot of Lycons, but you know, I didn't get lucky with this one. Hopefully when there's a 5-star Lycon that I want, this gets boosted. Because otherwise there's no way I can justify going for Lycon, unless you just really want to clear an MOC and you say, you know what, I need this Lycon. Okay, so I'll do it. But I'm pretty happy with this. As I said, the only thing that you need to play is getting his ultimate. If you do not, because I think that since the second node does not have an imaginary weakness, you know, he doesn't get many energy back. And that's why you need to get hit at least once in my build so that he can use the ult. Okay, you use his ult as fast as you can, you try to get her ult as fast as you can, and after all of the buffs are applied, Ruan May and Harmony MC, then you can go to town. And Gallagher, you know, Gallagher is just a beautiful SP positive regenerative unit. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if you want, I'll post the video. I think it's pretty boring seeing, you know, I just thought I would do a detailed analysis of my team. I got a 3,355 point in the first one, and I got a 3,283 on the second one just recently. Well guys, whatever, if you want me to post what I did, I mean, I can run it back. Maybe I can do it. I can make it an even better. Maybe on live stream. Maybe on live stream I'll do it. But you know, I just wanted to give a good detail on my build and who I used. I think it's a pretty reasonable free to play. As I said, the only thing that was interchangeable was Remembrance MC basically. But you know, instead of Robin, let's say I could have used Asta, I guess. I think it would have worked, to be honest. I think it would have actually worked, to be honest, you know? Instead of 3,357, I might have, you know, used maybe a little bit more, maybe even more, man. I had a run where I got 3,400, to be honest. But yeah, I had to redo it because my Firefly didn't have a light cone. Didn't have a light cone, so I had to redo it. So you know what, but I mean, if you have Phainon, if you just got Phainon, you can definitely shred the first node. Yeah, because of this bolt leader, damage dealt by the character in position 1 is increased by 60% for every 4 skill point consumed. 1 skill point is recovered, is the first buff. And the second one I used, I think the one that if I break I get 25%. Yeah, this is important actually, guys. This is way important. I got a lot of action advance with Firefly by using this. This is I think the one that got me to win this in a reasonable amount of time. Of course, you cannot use the follow-up attack damage. And I do believe that skill damage and ultimate damage does not apply entirely to brick damage, so you just want attack percent. So if this was attack, I would have go with this. I think I would have chose this instead of the second one. But really, breaking and getting action advance was huge. So if you're going for a break team, I think everybody will advise you to go with the second buff. Okay, and you know, Phainon, of course. Otherwise, I mean, if you have Phainon, just go with the first buff. Otherwise, you know, after an ally targets consume their own HP, increase the damage dealt by 40%. This could be good for Castorice also, but I think Castorice still needs the first Bolt Leader. And this is for DOT. Spoiler, I did use a DOT team. Kafka was pretty good. Kafka is noticeably better, but still the allies are not up to par. I used it with Black Swan, I used Robin and a sustain, so I don't know, man. I don't really know how to make him work. I think at maybe an E1 at best for more damage. Black Swan maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe with Kafka's Light Cone, which gives Ruination, which is a counts as a DOT. I mean, always applied more damage, but I don't know, man. I'll let the others speak about that. I don't know. I tried the DOT team and it didn't work. Anyway, guys, I'm happy. Thank you for watching. Yeah, whatever you want, just ask, man. I'm here. Okay, I think we are. Let's see. I'm at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Come on, man. 35, 8. What? 9. Got 41. Damn. I got 41. I thought I had less. Well, let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can get Saber. Get her, but actually get him because he's King Arthur. So yeah, I was not wrong. You are wrong. 42, man. 42 is a nice number. Nah. What about 33? 43. 43. Oh shit. No. And what about the 44? It's a 4 and then another 4. Nope. And a couple more. I can go up to 46. The Great. Oh my god, I got a 5-star. And it's a new fight. It's new. I got Saber. I definitely got Saber. Yeah, I got Saber, man. Oh my god. 45 PD. I mean 45 poles. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is this game is so good to me, man. Oh my god. No way. Oh Jesus, so good. Oh, I'm so glad I recorded this because I say, you know what? Oh my god, insane. Oh my god. No way. I mean the the Fate collab is ass, but I got the two characters. Oh my god. Jesus, I'm happy, man. I'm so happy I finished. Oh my god. Oh my god. God damn it. Nice.